You know, Wednesday is probably my favorite day to fill in for Joe. Why? Because we get this lady in the kitchen. Miss Lucy Greer, good to see you again.
You too, thanks.
So what are we putting together today?
We are putting together a dessert that can be used on Easter. We're all getting excited about this week, and it's so pretty outside.
Yes.
Once we get past tomorrow,
Once we get past tomorrow, it's going to be awesome for Easter.
And this coconut cream pie is really simple to put together. A lot of people eat coconut cake or coconut pie for Easter, so I thought I would make one. Well, and it doesn't take too much to do it.
Well, awesome. What is the first step?
So the first step is I just took a store-bought pie crust, and I just bought a deep dish one, but if you wanted to make your own pie crust, go for it. But I'm not doing that today. So just whatever frozen brand you like, and in this pot we're going to make our filling. Okay. So I have 2 egg yolks in here, and then I saved the whites because we're going to make a meringue to go on top of our pie. Okay. So I'm going to add 3 cups of half and half in here. And then we're going to add 3/4 cup of sugar. We're going to use a 1/4 cup of flour to thicken it up, and just a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to bring this up over medium-high heat. Medium-high heat until it comes to a gentle boil. I have a whisk in here, and then once it comes up, we're just going to continue whisking for about 2 or 3 minutes. It's going to get nice and thick for us.
The overall ingredients, there weren't that many. I mean, there's only 3 or 4, and that's about it.
And super inexpensive. And I love to use one of our store brands, which is Best Choice. And we have, of course, all the national brands too at wonderful prices. But if you are on a budget, you know, you can always come to Greer's, and we'll give you the very best values that we have every day. So once we bring this up and it thickens up, at that point we'll add our coconut and our vanilla extract.
Now, I saw something on social media last week. I was just skimming through the news feed, just looking through, and I saw you. Did Greer's open a new store, or is there a new renovate? There was something that happened with Greer's. Yeah,
it was actually last Wednesday. We had our grand opening of our latest Ace Hardware.
Nice.
Down at our store on Fowl River, you know, on DIP on the way to the island. And so I get there, and typically, you know, our family gathers and we do a ribbon cutting and this, that, and the other. And so they said that I was going to be doing the ribbon cutting with a chainsaw.
With a chainsaw?
Yeah, so they tricked me. They had, I mean, we have huge chainsaws. We have, we're a steel, you know, the orange steel equipment providers. And so they give me this chainsaw that's like as big as I am.
Oh my gosh.
They said, okay, here's your chainsaw. And I said, okay, you know, that's no problem.
And you could actually wield it?
No, they were joking with me. They gave me one that was like really small, and it was battery operated. So I
wanted to see video of that so bad.
I know. There is, let's see, I think it is on our Facebook. Okay. But it was really fun, and we love partnering with Ace Hardware, and it's been really good for that community down there. We had such a great turnout for the ribbon cutting, and it was great. So yes, if you want to see me cut the ribbon with a chainsaw, and they dressed me in all this protective gear, so it was really funny. But I just love, I know our grand openings are always a lot of fun, just because we have so much community support, and it's you know, of course the communities we serve are so special to us, so it's always a lot of fun. But if you're on your way for spring break, or you know, going down to the island, please stop in our store. We also have, you know, a gas station, diesel fuel, and all that. And we're working on the interior of that Fowl River store too. So we'll have a new Ace store and a new inside of our grocery store.
That's great. It was just a nice surprise. I'm just skimming through my phone, like, okay, that person took a selfie, that person took a selfie. And I'm like, oh, Lucy, something's going on at Greer's.
What's she doing?
What is she doing?
That's
so I was very
funny.
excited. No, it looked like you had a good crowd for that. And it looked like it was a lot of fun at that Fowl River store.
So I'm just going to continue to whisk this, like I said, until it comes up to a boil. It's just going to take a couple minutes to thicken up, and then we'll keep moving forward.
That sounds good. And we're going to find out a lot more about this and a lot more about all the exciting stuff going on at Greer's coming up a little bit later in the hour. And as always, we put it on our website, fox10tv.com, right under the Studio 10 tab. Chelsea?
It's Wednesday, so it's Lucy Greer Day here on Studio 10, and she is making something delicious that you and your family can eat maybe after Easter lunch.
Yes, absolutely. We're working on our coconut cream pie. Yeah. And it didn't take too many ingredients to start on our filling. We just started with a couple of egg yolks in here and 3 cups of half and half. We added some sugar and some flour, and we just brought it up to a simmer, and as you can see, it thickened up really nicely. Yeah. And at this point, we'll just turn the heat off, and we'll add about a teaspoon of vanilla.
And it smells so good.
It does. And look, smell this when the
when that vanilla gets in there?
Gets to that heat. Oh, it smells so good. And then at this point, we're going to add our coconut.
Yeah.
So I just have some sweetened flaked coconut. I'm going to do 1.5 cups in here. And what we already did with our pie crust is just baked it off. When you buy the frozen pie crust, which that's just what I use today, but of course you can make your own. So I just bought a deep dish, and then on the package it says what to do if you're going to make a cream pie, which is go ahead and bake it off. So I just poked a couple holes in it with the fork and baked it for about, I don't know, probably like 8 minutes or so until it's nicely browned. And then I let that cool. And we are going to pour our filling in here.
Oh, and it looks so good.
It does look so good.
So this is a pretty, I would say pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Cheap dessert to make for you and your family.
Absolutely. Super inexpensive for sure. And
easy
it's
too.
fun to get in there and bake something. My kids, well really Jack, one of my twins, is really into doing whatever I'm doing in the kitchen.
Of course.
And so a lot of these things, they can help with. I mean, it's always fun to do the hand mixer. We're going to mix up our meringue. Of course, they love to whisk, and it's kind of fun to get in the kitchen. A lot of kids are on spring break, and we're getting into the spring and summer where, the days are longer. Everybody kind of tends to relax a little bit and maybe has a little more patience with their children in the kitchen.
No strict time.
I know how that can be. So we are going to pop this in the fridge, and we want to let it chill before we mix up our meringue and put it on. And if for some reason you were short on time, or if you really just aren't a meringue fan, at this point, you could just pop it in the fridge and then just top it with either some whipped cream or, some Cool Whip, and you could totally go that route too. So you could take it up to here, do the meringue, or do, Cool Whip on the top, which would be just as delicious.
Now, how long does that need to cool for?
Okay, so that's gonna sit in the fridge for a few hours, just until it firms up. And then we're gonna mix up our meringue, and then we'll pop that in the oven and just let it brown nicely on top.
And it's beautiful, a nice and easy pie that you can make for your family, or you and your kids can make it. It's all about the experience.
Yeah, that is true.
That's right. So you guys had a new grand opening for a store last week.
Yeah.
And for our viewers at home who may not know the location, want to stop by, what's the location for that?
Yeah, we'd love to have somebody stop by and see it. A lot of people stop by. It's our Fowl River store on DIP on the way to Dauphin Island. Right there, when you're going down, it's on the left, and it's our Greer's Old Bay Market, and we have, of course, our grocery store there. And so to the right of it, we added an Ace Hardware, and we have a gas station there. And I told Michael we're working on the interior of the store now. So we got a new Ace store, and now we're gonna just remodel the inside of the grocery store, so just in time for the summer.
Right, of course.
Yeah, so come by and see us for sure.
Yeah, well, it's a good day to drive there today, but tomorrow afternoon, tonight, not so much. Michael White has our weather forecast.
We're back in my Studio 10 kitchen with Lucy Greer from Greer's. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Every Wednesday we have Lucy in here, and we are finishing up the coconut cream meringue pie.
Yes.
What all have we completed since the last time we talked?
So we got our pie crust baked off, and then we made our filling.
Okay.
And added the coconut after we cooked the filling on the stovetop, and then I was just chilling it down. Of course, we haven't had a chance to chill it completely down, just for best results. After you put the filling in the crust, you can just pop it in the fridge for a few hours just to get it cool and set, and then you can put your meringue on top. So
and that's what you got in the white bowl.
Yes, so that's what's in the white bowl. So I started with 3 egg whites in here, and then after about a minute they get to this point, and so once it kind of gets to this point, then we're going to start putting in our sugar, which this is a 1/4 cup of sugar, and the egg whites are going to get really nice and shiny and really pretty. And we had the oven on at 350, so once we spread this pretty meringue over the top of our pie, we're just going to sprinkle it with a little bit of coconut, and then bake it for about 10 to 12 minutes until it's just nicely browned like that.
I love the thickness that you can see showing up with that meringue.
Yes, it really is a pretty topping. And then, like I said, if you aren't a meringue fan or just didn't, want to do this part, then you could just put Cool Whip on top or whipped cream. So you can see
Who doesn't like Cool Whip?
I know, right?
Come on.
I know.
You can't go wrong with that.
It's good. So you can just see, you just spread it on top.
Ooh.
And of course, it's Wednesday, so we always have our ads that break. We have an awesome Easter ad that is out in the stores on top of, all of our great deals that we have every day. So if you're gonna shop for Easter, make sure you shop this week and up to Saturday, because all of our stores are closed on Sunday.
Okay, for the Easter holiday.
Yes. So
they'll give all the employees time to spend time with their family, which is really important.
Of course, we're a family business, and our people are so important to us, and the time that they get to spend with their families. So we are open regular hours on Saturday and then closed on Sunday. We'll be back ready for our customers on Monday. So as you can see, you just want to cover the filling as best you can, and then we're just going to sprinkle a little bit of this coconut on top and bake this little puppy off.
Well, so much for my diet.
I know. I know.
This is the second day this week we've had pies in the kitchen, and it is killing me. But that looks so good, Lucy.
Thank you.
And it really didn't take you very long to put together at all.
No, and inexpensive, and there's something kind of fun about making something for a holiday. The holidays are always that time where you get those things that remind you of your childhood.
That's true.
And that you only eat once or twice a year. So that's ready for the oven, and then when it comes out, you can eat it or chill it down just until you're ready to eat it.
I love it. So if you want these ingredients, you can go to any Greer's location, but you got to shop by Saturday because you guys are closed Sunday.
Right.
And you can get all those deals on Greers.com, right?
Greers.com for all the deals, and you go to Greers.com/shop, and you can shop online. We'll get everything ready for you, and you don't have to shop. We'll bring it out to your car.
Curbside service. It is really helpful, and I'm sure it's getting more and more popular too.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's continuing to grow. We're continuing to add locations, so it's definitely a good thing.
I love it. Well, hey, I'm glad I got to see you, Lucy.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll see her again next Wednesday right here on Studio 10. Chelsea?